Of the year again where many agents take a time out, and it reminded me of a story of a guy named Sam that I grew up with. A lot of agents think that December is not a very busy market, so they end up hitting the sidelines or the couch, or they are busy enjoying the celebrations of the season, meaning they're getting in front of a bottle as opposed to behind their desk. I can't fault a person for that because I've surely done my share of that over the years. However, every December, opportunity knocks, and hopefully 2 or 3 times. When you take a look at the numbers, it's actually a great time of the year to make calls and send out emails. Each December, I would pick up an extra 2 or 3 deals, and it was like Merry Christmas to me and my team. So whether you celebrate Christmas or not is really not the concern. Remember, a lot of people at this time of the year are taking a time out, meaning they're leaning on the ropes, opening up a lot of opportunity for you. Keep an eye open for first-time buyers or soon-to-be married couples who often get a gift of a down payment for a home as a Merry Christmas to them gift. I'd also keep my eye open for anybody else who's willing to brave the elements of the season to get out and look for a new home. That kind of reeks of motivation, doesn't it? And even if you don't sell a home at this time of the year, your work ethic is going to set up your spring for a great kickoff. Just remember, don't take your foot off the gas. And now this is where Sam comes in. I grew up in a small northern Ontario town, and one winter I was finally old enough to get into the snowmobile races for the winter carnival. So along with 19 other entrants, we raced around 2 kilometers, which was 4 holes of our local golf course. And as it turned out, a snowmobiler named Sam became an interesting character in this story. Sam had a 24 horsepower snowmobile and I had a 18 horsepower snowmobile. But I thought where he makes up in overpowering me with the horsepower, I may be able to beat him in the skill department because I had spent several weeks every winter going out with my father on snowmobile trips. But as chance would have it, I screwed up the race, and this is what made for a very interesting story. After racing the full 2 kilometers, I approached the finish line where there were a couple hundred people all gathered to see who would cross the line in a timely manner. And I let my thumb off the throttle and coasted across the finish line. The good news, I guess, was that I beat 18 out of 19 competitors, but I didn't beat Sam. You see, because I took my thumb off the throttle and coasted across the finish line, I literally tied Sam to the second. So we had to race all over again. Before the second race, my father walked over to me and he asked me, "Why did you take your thumb off the throttle?" And I said, "Dad, I don't know why." Now, to give it some perspective, I was only 12 years old. So he told me this time around, he said, "Make sure that you have your thumb on the throttle and go across that finish line as fast as you can." Thinking back now, I don't think I ever thanked my father for that advice, because I went on to win the race, but only by a mere half a second. And if you haven't guessed it yet, there's a little moral to this story. Now that it's December, don't take your thumb off the throttle. Finish your race at full speed. Make your new year rich with sales, and let your skill and your work ethic be your guide. Merry Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho.